Okay, we are back in Legend Heroes Trails to Azure. Last time, Randy bailed on us, and we now need to track him down and bring him back, kicking and screaming if need be. So we're going to do a patrol and try to find out where some clues to his location may be, and hopefully something will turn up, you know? What long faces, you'll look like the world just ended right before your eyes. If you're planning on trekking someplace dangerous, you best gear up first. Dead customers mean less money to pay my bills. Now, there are no side missions, so once we do the story segment, that is it. Everyone looks so serious today. Same with you guys, too. Come on, Triple S, you gotta turn those frowns upside down. Yeah, you're right. We'll try, thank you, Mimi. You're welcome. I worry for Maines. There are probably kids around Mimi's age over there, too. A lot of citizens are in absolute shock over the occupation of Maines, as you might expect. But others don't seem to care at all. It's as if it's entirely irrelevant to them. Overall, I get the impression that it's only bolstered the support for the Crossbell and independence. But regardless of where people's beliefs lie, we have a duty as officers to not just serve and protect them, but to give them peace of mind, too. People are saying Ereboni is responsible for this whole incident. If that's the case, obeying their every whim won't be enough to protect Crossbell anymore. Can't imagine we'll have very many customers today. The attack at the trade conference and now the situation with Maines is enough to kill anyone's appetite. My prayers are with the people of Maines. Goddess forbid they run out of food. Some of our regulars come all the way down from Maines to eat here. They're practically old friends of mine at this point. Needless to say, I can't keep myself from worrying about them. It's only a rumor, but some are blaming Ereboni for those armed militants who attacked Maines. You can already imagine their demands. If you want our help, let us station our troops at your border gate. This just had to happen during our vacation in Crossbell, didn't it? I wanted to check out Maines today, but obviously that's off the table now. We're worried about the villagers, though. They're having it way worse than we are. There he is, Salteo. Maines was occupied? That's ridiculous. Ridiculously terrifying. What kind of thugs get a kick out of lording over innocent people like that? I don't know either, Salteo. It's probably what makes me a hero. Anyway, let's head over to the department store. All the stuff about Maines has me, like, literally shaking. My dad says we gotta go independent so we can at least stick it to him. So this referendum or whatever is like a public thing, right? Dang, if only we were 18, then we could go vote too. Yeah, but we're only 15. TBH, I don't think I'm woke enough to vote on independence. Anyway, it's kind of a relief. What the hell is she saying? Wonder how folks in Maines are doing. Sooner this whole mess ends, the better off for all of us it will be for it. Maines was attacked? Heard they've been carrying CGF guardsmen to the hospital since yesterday, too, one after another. Damn, what kind of world lets those barbarians who did this to them exist? Can't believe Maines was taken over. Why would anybody do something so heinous? It's unforgivable. There's been a lot of speculation about who exactly occupied the mining village, but no concrete answers. Either way, what's important is the people in Maines aren't hurt. I'll be praying for them. Maines, occupied by armed soldiers. Reminds me too much of the bloody conflict that once defined Crossbell's past. I sincerely pray the crisis resolves itself soon. Golden Sun Silver Moon's revival show debuts tonight, but the situation in Maines makes it hard to look forward to anything. Still, plays exist to be enjoyed. Maybe it'll even inspire courage and spirit that we need to make it through all of this. Oh, right. Like, we did all the work for this stupid paper. You better believe we're gonna buy this sucker. Yes, I'm a little bitter. Mom isn't her usual carefree shopaholic self today. Can't blame her with everything happening at Maines right now. Bumming around at home is only making me restless, so I came to calm my nerves with a little shopping. But to no one's surprise, it isn't really doing much to help, even for me. My thoughts today are with my regular customers from Maines. Please, Adios, let them be safe. Southwark and I have a date for Arkansas's revival show tonight. It's the only thing I've really had to look forward to recently, so I'm going to do all I can to enjoy every last second of it. We have to build a military powerful enough to stand up to our neighbors before we can declare independence. That's what today has taught me. How can we expect to defend ourselves from the Empire's railway guns when we can't even protect one mining village? Like many others, I have to speculate whether Ereboni is the driving force behind the attack on Maines. Incidents like these are proof that we need to bolster our military if we hope to defend our state. Looking at those numbers makes me so disappointed how low all the evasion stuff is in Reverie, at least early game. I'll never understand the motivations of those armed goons who attacked mains. Using violence to force people under your thumb is just so senseless. And this only rubs more salt on the burn. Because I think when evade quartz in that game was like only 2 or 3%. Yeah. And delay is a strange beast, man. I don't know much about that armed group, but they sure sound like a horrible bunch. Part of me wants to give them a handful of balloons and tell them fly on out of here. I'd rather live to see another day. Living's overrated. Can't even begin to imagine what the people of Mainz are going through at the moment. Just the thought of armed men marching into my home without warning terrifies me to my core. Besides, Balloon Guy, just think of all the sleep you can catch up on. Mainz, occupied by armed forces. It's dreadful just thinking about it. If only there was something I could do to help. Things are taking an alarming turn due to this occupation business. Some are saying that Ereboni is the one orchestrating it all from behind the scenes. I'd prefer that we hurry and resolve this crisis before speculating on how it all started, though. Mainz, overtaken by a group of armed men. The mere thought of it terrifies me to my core. I'm walking Choco home today for her own good, and I'm not taking no for an answer. It's just one piece of unsettling news after another lately, hasn't it? It's my cue to cut this vacation short and get out of Crossbell fast. Yeah, I've only been doing this for not even 10 minutes. My mouth is starting to dry out. So real quick, it's almost 90 degrees Fahrenheit out, which is, what, like 30 degrees Celsius, I think? Just offhand with some rough numbers. It is a freaking scorcher, and this is the coolest day of the week. I'm so scared for the people of Mainz. How could something this terrible even happen to them? Can you believe all the stuff happening up the mountain path? It's outrageous. Promise me you'll be careful if you get called over there to help, alright? I'm here if you need to tinker with your Enigma 2s beforehand. Thanks, Wendy, we appreciate it. Speaking of which, do I actually have anything I need to upgrade? Well, I can get this one thing, or I can get a ton of things for other guys. Grab this for Wazy. And that'll be it for now. I need to save everything else because we're going to be going into a new chapter somewhat soon. In case you're wondering how you can tell the chapter's coming to an end, the day started without any quests. I don't know what kind of battle we're going to be looking at coming up here, but I'm definitely going to be fielding Wazy for it, so I'll be tweaking the party off camera. Wait, Ryu, I never said yes to tag in the first place. Stop it already. Can't we play somewhere where we don't have to run around the whole time? Yeah, it's 90 degrees, man. I'm it, so get to running. No fair, I'm not fast enough to be good at tag like them. What did the people of Mainz do to deserve something like this? It's despicable. Just what do those barbarians even hope to accomplish here? Tonight's the grand opening of Arkanseal's new revival show. Sounds like happy news to me, but Dad keeps pacing around like he's worried about something. Did something happen, maybe? This whole fiasco is just unthinkable, and of course, it had to happen while Chiru's out on another one of her adventures. I hope she's alright. So keep in mind this takes place years before Cold Steel 3, 4, and Reverie, so she's not actually out in Ymir yet. People in Mainz must be terrified out of their wits having their village invaded like this. They're saying the CGF has been driven back too. Goddess, what's going to happen now? And real quick, in case you're wondering, I did play the first chapters of all 3 characters in Reverie. And I'm going to do more of this before I go back. My heart goes out to the people of Mainz. No one wants to get occupied by armed forces. I know, I'll just mix some of these herbs into my next batch of dough and... Huh? How long were you there? Forget everything you heard. It's a patented Benet secret. Every one of our customers has been on edge this morning. They told me they've been hearing gunfire coming from Maine since last night. Man, since chills down my spine. Just hope things don't get any worse. My mom said it'd be better if I came home early today. Considering everything happening up the road, she makes a good point. You hear the news about the mining village? Apparently the whole place is being held hostage. Who in Idios' name is responsible for this? It's despicable. But yeah, if you haven't seen the Reverie Patrol video, man, that's a beast compared to what I do here. More CGF armored cars made their way to the mountain path overnight from what I could tell. They must have been sent in as reinforcements. figured that armed group was strong, but has the situation really gotten that bad? And keep in mind, for that patrol, we're only in the city. Like, we can't go to the peripheral areas like I do here. What's going on in Mainz is nothing less than a catastrophe. One none of us could have anticipated. I pray the CGF resolves it soon. An armed group taking over one of our villages in this day and age is simply unheard of. Had I been driving my shiny new car in that direction, I might have been caught up in the crossfire. What a dreadful thought. Huh? Can I help you? I need to concentrate on drafting these blueprints, so I'd prefer you not to break my focus if you don't mind. This year's been nothing but one incident after another. Just don't think I can get used to it. Life was so peaceful until only recently. Arkansas's revival production of Golden Sun Silver Moon finally opens tonight. If only I could have scored a ticket. I'll have to settle for cheering them on from all the way over here. And I so wanted to see Sully make her debut too. Yeah, let's just hope the people in Arkansas will break a leg, you know? Our militants in Maine, it's almost too horrible to think about. Things are starting to feel less safe by the day. I just hope Momo comes home soon. Oops. A lot of customers have been saying the Empire's behind the occupation of Mainz. How can anyone put the lives of innocent civilians at risk like this? If the rumors are true, then Erebony has crossed a line I'll never be able to forgive. Oh yeah, we have all these already, I just remembered. I was trying to think, like, which ones do I still need to get, but we got the achievement, so we're done. Mainz, occupied by force. There's no way anyone could justify that. Think of all the innocent people getting dragged into this conflict. It's too horrible for words. Just wish there was something average citizens like me could do to help. Right when the referendum is almost upon us, Mainz is attacked. The timing is far too convenient. Some citizens believe this occupation was plotted by Calvert or Erebony in hopes we might retract the independence proposal. But motivations notwithstanding, to think anyone would ever go to such lengths. I've been scared stupid ever since we heard about the news about Mainz. Apparently the CGF sent out a long line of armored cars over there too. When did things get so terrifying? I don't know who these armed goons who attacked Mainz are, what else they want, but nothing can possibly justify them endangering innocent civilians. I pray the CGF arrives there soon. The people of Mainz need their aid. The unthinkable is happening right as we speak. This is no time to be partying. Well, he's going a different avenue than Prospero did, so hopefully it works out for him. Today is when I would normally travel to Mainz for business. Never imagined to be postponed for something like this. Every time I visit, their people have been nothing but kind and welcoming to me. I feel awful that there's nothing I can do to help them when they need it most. When I heard about the attack on the mining village, first thing that went through my mind was, thank Adios Herald isn't there. How selfish of me. Even if my husband is safe, the people of Mainz are fearing for their lives right now. It racks me with guilt. Papa said he had to work today, but he's still here. Is he going to take the day off? Okay, it's back to being locked. One less thing for us to check. The CGF and those marauders are locked in combat on the mountain as we speak. But if the guardsmen can't put a stop to this crisis after fighting all night long, then I'm afraid their prospects aren't looking good. Can't do anything there. Holy crap, I just realized, how are we supposed to access Geofront B? Main's occupation is an affront to all that is peaceful and right. Just who's responsible for this madness? In case you're wondering what I'm talking about, you can't access this area in Reverie. This is the one area they took out. To think Mainz has been occupied, it's horrifying. I'm starting to fear that things are only going to escalate from here. Both Master Henry and Mayor Qua are working diligently to formulate a response to the crisis. Sadly, if people are saying this to be believed, the CGF is wildly outmatched. Pray they find a solution quickly. My nerves are worsening by the hour. Just contract Zephyr, they'll take care of it. If you don't remember Zephyr, that's Garcia Rossi's former group, and they play a very important role in Cold Steel. Main's occupation is an affront to all that is peaceful and right. Just who's responsible for this madness? Hey guys, how's it going without a license? I think I caught a cold. It's probably from us falling into that pond yesterday. This sucks, but play stupid games, win stupid prizes, I guess. Indeed. Lesson well learned. So what if I have to play nice for a while? I can take my punch me like a man. Now hit the bricks. I have better things to do than talk to you. Sounds like someone's still stinging from that scolding officer cake gave him yesterday. Yeah, I don't think we'll have to worry about them doing anything stupid for a while, at least. Here's the third one. Great, that car was the best ride I've ever been in. Now I'm going to be bored out of my mind for the next month straight. I don't even know if they'll let us leave town until we do the Randy stuff. So we cannot go to... No. We are locked in. So the good news is that means we don't have to check our more car at the gates. But I do need to take a break. It's too freaking hot today. Okay. So I realized while I was getting something to drink that I didn't go up here. And we have to leave the building before we can warp out. So there's a bunch of bad guys picking on mains. Someone's got to go beat them up and stop them, right? I mean, they're bad guys. If only there had been some way to prevent this whole crisis mains is going through. How am I supposed to sleep at night when the CGF and CPD can't protect us? Okay, now back to the entertainment district. Crap. Like, ironically, I guess we would have returned to Central anyway. It's just... we can knock that out. I feel horrible for the citizens of Mains. They must be terrified. The CGF had better do something about this soon. There he is. People can freak out all they want. There isn't squat any of us can do about the crap storm in Mains. That's why I'm gonna party till I drop just like I always do. Hey there, wanna play? Tonight's a big night. Our Conceal's revival performance is finally here. So come on, show some excitement. Mr. Drake looks rather tired today. Perhaps he was up late drinking again. It's only natural that people are already pointing fingers at the Empire, but whether or not they're behind us, we should all be worried about what move they make next. What could those armed assailants possibly want? Surely they'll be coming out with formal demands sooner or later. Can't brush off what's happening in Maine just because it's not in the city. Somebody needs to help those villagers and fast. Maine's caught in an awful mess right now. I couldn't sit still at home, so I came to Barca, but for once in my life I'm in no mood to play the slots. But that wasn't fair to the old battle axe either. I should probably go back.
これは皆さん、もしやランディの件でいらっしゃったんですか？
はい。やはり彼はこちらに。
ええ、夜中の3時くらいに店にふらりと現れまして、しばらくここで飲んでから帰っていきましたが。
どうやら真っ先にこちらを訪れたみたいですね。
それでその後どこかに行くとか。
やはり支援課には戻らなかったみたいですね。いえ、どこに行くとは特に言っていませんでした。ただ、どうも飲んでいる最中、いつも以上に減らず口が多くて、おまけに帰りにはあるものを私から引き取っていったんです。
That would be his Jaeger weapon.
ですか。
ええ、ずいぶん重いトランクで、中身は私も存じません。2年前、ランディがこの町に来たばかりの時に預かったんです。俺が死んだらジャンク屋あたりにばらして売り払ってくれと言って。
そんなランディ先輩らしくなさすぎです。
奴の経歴については私もある程度は存じています。ですが過去にどんなことがあったのかまでは知りません。それを知って奴の力になれるのは遅い。
オーナー。
はい。そうありたいと思います。
The only thing I can offer Randy is a place to drink in peace. I have a hunch that you, on the other hand, are the ones who can give him the help he truly needs. Good luck, everyone. I trust you to look after him. So I believe it's his Testarossa, the true Testarossa, not the ultimate weapon he has in Zero. Because all of the members of the Orlando family named their ultimate weapon Testarossa. Hey there, fancy some ice cream? Today we're celebrating tonight's opening debut of Arkansas's new revival performance. And you know what an exciting occasion like this calls for? That's right, a nice, cold, frozen treat. It's here, it's finally here, the revival performance is tonight. Knock 'em dead, Lady Ilya. I'll be cheering for you right outside these doors for every last second. Alright, time for another 24 hours, another full 24 hours of no-holds-barred cheering. You got this, Arkansas. Your fans have always got you back, no matter what. Let's go in there and find out. Come on, turn me away, turn me away, turn me away. Aw, man. Getting into this venue early for big events like this is one of the perks of being a reporter. I'm admittedly worried about the situation in Mainz, for today I'm all about covering Arkansas. Tonight's the big night. Arkansas is finally raising the curtain on its revival production. As we say in the business, I hope they break a leg out there. Oh, yes. May they all break legs out there. Oh, Plie, even on opening night she hasn't the least bit flustered. Celine looks like she's fired up today too, so I'm sure she'll be nothing to worry about. Perfecto, my voice is in splendid shape today. I think I'll pour myself some tea with honey and keep my voice in check until it's showtime. There we are, the set and staging should all be ready to go now. I finished making sure everything's rigged up right during yesterday's rehearsal too. All that's left is wait till showtime. Alright, Theodore, let's move on to our climatic scene. You, the altar's protector, clash swords with me, the debaucherous duke. Oh, how it pains me to even say it. I was hoping that this scene would be revised for the revival as well. It's way too late to start complaining about that. Just suck it up and deal with it, Eugene Compoop. What did you just call me, Eugene Compoop? Then that makes you Theodult. How do you like that, Theodult? Alright, I take it back, my point still stands. Get over it. At least they don't seem nervous, I guess. A true thespian like myself can play any part, even if I do wish it had been altered for the revival. But so be it, I will fulfill my role tonight and dazzle the masses. Eugene's always had a nasty habit of hurling insults whenever he gets frustrated. Don't think too badly of him for it. But didn't you start... Hey, I can hear you slandering me behind my back, Theo. I was about to say, I don't think I ever came over here before. Alright, if I'm gonna play second fiddle to you, then I'll just have to be the best second fiddle there ever was. What? That's not how I see you at all. You know, I always loved your acting, right, Celine? You're incredible up there. What are you going on about? Shut up, let's just hurry up and practice, you simpleton. Jeez, okay, you don't have to fly off the handle, you know? Did I say something wrong? It kinda feels like I did. Well, I'll worry about it later. Celine's right. We need to get back to practicing. Can't let my guard down around Nikolai, apparently, throwing out lines like that. I wonder who's been worming his way into so many of our fans' hearts. The nerve of that boy. Do we talk to you? Yes, because I laughed. Tonight is the debut of our highly anticipated Golden Sun Silver Moon Arrival. The choreography is nothing short of perfection. I'm certain everyone will love it. What did we just walk into? Hello, everyone. Well, if it isn't my favorite little guy in the gang again. What are you guys doing here? Risha? It's good to see you, Risha. What's going on? Did something happen between you and Lloyd, Risha? No. More importantly, we don't have very long until the performance. I'd like to run through that scene just before our pas de deux once more. So do I. I want to make sure I've got that part down pat. Well, if you insist. Sorry, gang, unless there's something important going on, we're going to need you to give us some space here. Now's not the time for us to get distracted. Of course. Sorry to have interrupted you. I'm ready when you are, Ilya. My apologies, everyone. There isn't much time before doors open. We need to finish our final preparations. Okay, let's rehearse the scene where the Moon Princess arrives and chases after the other two princesses. You ready, Risha? Sully? Yes. Anytime. I'm sorry, I have to focus on tonight's performance. Risha. So I kind of wondered, did I miss a lot of scenes by not checking that one wing? We'll hit the Barker on the way out of Millennium. The CGF is still engaged in heavy combat along the mountain path. If nothing else, we Crossbellans have never been prouder of the men and women in the ranks. One day later, and the attack on the mine village is still going strong. My heart goes out to the people of Mainz. I can't believe Mainz is under attack. What did they have to do to deserve this? I hope it ends soon. How I hope it ends soon. Many people think Ereboni might be responsible for the attack on Mainz. If that's true, then they might as well tear our non-aggression pact to shreds. This year has been one crazy headline after another. Kinds of scuffles you see in the back alley are starting to look like baby's playpen by comparison. Yeah, I think in the Cold Steel games they changed her name to Iris. They weren't consistent here. Did Mainz really get taken over? What a disaster. Some of their miners have come to our club before. I hope they're okay. Can you believe Mainz got occupied? It's messed up is what it is. Really throws my game off too hard. Hard to get in a barking mood when things are this tense. So if you haven't seen the Reverie thing, the back street and the entertainment district are a single unit now. Eric told me the company that moved in the neighborhood, Crimson & Co., is actually a front for our Jaeger Corps. Same company that runs Nuit Blanc, right? Figured the Mafia was behind it or something. Wasn't expecting Jaegers. I didn't even realize the Red Constellation vanished until the CPD swarmed the alley. They must have avoided the police by taking an underground route to Mainz. As for why they would choose to take a mine village hostage, your guess is as good as mine. If you think about Crossbell's geography, that was their only option. If they went east or west, they'd be running into the gates. East has Ormorica, but you're not going to fortify an open area, like it's pure agriculture out there. And if you go south, you're going to St. Ursula, and with all the other, like, that place plays a role in the world politics. If they were to go there, that would literally turn everyone against them in favor of Crossbell. Therefore, Mainz is the only place they could go to. And Mainz was still a little bit dangerous because they got close to that cathedral and, well, they might get the attention of the Grail Knights, you know? This area is currently being investigated by the 1st Division. We ask you refrain from entering. Red Constellation is completely out of their minds playing a stunt like this. This needs to be resolved and fast. Where do those damned Red Constellation hooligans get off attacking one of our villages? I tried contacting the Rosenberg studio in the mountains, but I couldn't get through. Then again, this is Jurg we're talking about. The old goat wouldn't turn up his toes so easily. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he just put in some earplugs and went back to crafting his dolls. He's a hero to us all, what can I say? So before I can even afford one of those, I need to get the Master Quartz that are over in Gen 10. Just curious that was open, finally. We need to go this way now. Can you believe what's happening to that poor mine village? Goddess, help us. On the bright side, today is the long-awaited debut of the Arkansas Elk Revival production. Those armed goons won't get me down. I'm gonna enjoy that show no matter what. I'm sure you've all heard about Mainz being occupied, right? It's all anybody can talk about. The whole debacle has been sparking a lot of debate about this independence movement. Me, I haven't really sorted out my feelings on the matter yet. How can we let something so horrible happen to our fellow Crossbellans? If only there was something the CGF could do about this. Worst case scenario, we'll have to ask Ereboni and Calvert to intervene on our behalf. Dad's been like this since yesterday. Wish I could cheer him up. Hey everybody, things have been crazy around here. The department's been buzzing like a beehive all morning. Excuse me one sec. Yes, you've reached Crossbell Police Department. Right, yes, that's correct. The CGF has been working since last night to settle... She's swamped. We have to do our part to lift the burden off the shoulders of everyone else here at headquarters. Detective Dilly has a grim look on his face. The situation must be dire. I would like us to do everything we can to avoid armed conflict, but is that still within the realm of possibility? In case you're wondering, I'm not going to hand over the fragments until near the very end, because I don't want to sit through all those scenes. The department is basically split in two at the moment, with one half on standby to aid the CGF. The other half will be working to shore up the patrols in the city. Times are tough at the moment, but we gotta do everything we can to support our fellow Crossbellans. That's one night down, but things aren't going to get any easier from here. We may only be the Metropolitan Division, but that won't keep us from helping out however we can. Good morning, Bless. I heard about Orlando. His absence is the last thing any of us need right now. I know, but I promise we'll bring him back. Good, in that case, I have nothing more to say. At any rate, there's a lot of work to be done, and I wouldn't mind pushing some of it onto this Triple S, a fully equipped Triple S. So I suggest you find your missing colleague as quickly as you can. If I know any better, I'd call that a pep talk, Detective Dudley. Don't worry, we will. We'll do everything in our power to remove the red constellation from Crossbell. I expect you to do everything on your end as well, Triple S. Sounds like the Empire has already formally denied that they were behind the attack. Still, I hear they're looking to have some off-the-record negotiations over this. If they're playing that card, then they must have some sort of stake in what Crossbell does next. Boy, are things getting dicey. The second division is putting all our other cases onto the wayside so we can buoy up the guys in the first. We've got spies infiltrating Crossbell, so we're sifting through every scrap of intel we have on them, especially the Erebonian ones. You need to look out for a dude named Lecter. He looks like a scarecrow in a suit, or a pink Hawaiian shirt at times. So, a battle is broken out between the CGF and those Jaegers. It's gonna rack up so many expenses for the state. Sorry, I shouldn't be thinking that way at a time like this. Better that I pray to the gods that this crisis is resolved quickly. Mommy looks so sad today. I wish I could do something to cheer her up. Today was shaping up to be a beautiful day until I heard about the situation in the mountains. Why did this have to happen? Second Lieutenant Morale, it's rare to see you in the city. That it is, I only just arrived. I'm waiting on the Deputy Commander, actually. He's been having a series of meetings with Commander Bales. Chief Sergio was in one of those same meetings last night. If the two heads of the CGF are here, it must mean the countermeasures in the mountains aren't going as planned. About that, I spoke with your chief this morning. He told me Randy has disappeared. Yeah. We suspect he's headed to the Maine's mountain path as we speak. That's what I was afraid of. Are you alright? I'll be fine. More importantly, Randy running off has something to do with his past, doesn't it? Well, as much as I wish otherwise, there's a lot about Randy's history that he never told me about. After all this time, I still don't know why Randy refused to use a rifle during his time with the CGF. That doesn't give him the right to run off like an idiot and worry all you like this. Second Lieutenant, this is the most foolish thing he's ever done, and that is saying something. The CGF has suffered enough losses from the situation already. The commanders are likely devising another relief force to send. Until then, we're not going to be able to do much. Expanding the deployment just to recover Randy is out of the question. That's why I'm trusting you to drag that dimwit away from there. You can count on us, Second Lieutenant. We're going to bring Randy back for sure. Further reinforcing the fact that those two have something going on. That lady over there is a member of the Crossbell Guardian Force, right? Do you think she's trained for combat? She's so pretty, I feel like a big clunky weapon would look out of place on her. They say there's been a terrible incident in Maine's. I'm not entirely sure what's happening. We should probably cut this trip short before we get swept up in it. Times like this are when the police have most need to look after the citizens. We train just as hard as the CGF does to be ready for incidents like these. It's our duty as officers to lead by example. The public is counting on us to serve as good role models. A hostage situation in Maine's. It makes me sick to my stomach. I know things are touch and go up there, but we need the CGF to hold out now more than ever. City Hall has been in disarray ever since the attack on Maine's. It's stressing me out too. Once I'm done with my business here, I'm heading straight home. The CGF's having trouble with holding their ground from what I've heard. If they suffer any more casualties, we may have to send in the police as backup. On the other hand, the government can't afford to just leave the city defenseless. We already have all hands on deck. The way I see it, we need to find a more diplomatic solution to this. It's hardly surprised that uneasiness is beginning to spread across the citizenry. Wish we could do more to reassure them, but all we can really offer right now are vague answers about the incident. Obviously, the guardsmen are the ones on the front lines, but the mayor and the speaker are doing their best to end this crisis too. Those of us on staff are putting our faith in them and matching the same effort in every way we can. Things haven't slowed down for a second at St. Ursula over the course of last night. They have too many patients, not enough staff or supplies. I can't express how much respect I have for the medical professionals helping pull us through this crisis. The mayor and speaker have been working tirelessly since last night to find a way to resolve the crisis in the mountains. I'm not sure how we can ever tackle the situation. All of us need to stay focused and be ready for an emergency. Those Red Constellation people, they're crazy, absolute monsters. So we should still have a working card. I don't know if there's actually anyone out here, though. Kind of missed the mini-map from Cold Seal. I just tell you who and where. Or I should say how many and where. Nothing. Well. Give him a little shove. You can't see it from here, but right over that way, the CGF is fighting to protect us. To think such a horrible tragedy is hiding just past that beautiful horizon breaks my heart. So if you want to see it once again, there. You have to kind of pause the video, I guess. Okay, let's head back to the administrative district. This downtown address is my father's. This is great news, Ellie. All we have to do is go over and we can finally meet him. We finally found him, Armand. I wonder if it's the old dude. Can't remember his name at the moment. Many citizens have come to ask about the armed group that attacked Mainz, but we have no information regarding the perpetrators or their motives, so I'm at a loss of what to tell them. Some are saying it's an Erebonian plot, but that has yet to be confirmed. The truth is, we just don't know. Nothing there. We just received word from City Hall that they're doing everything they can to resolve the matter at hand. I get the impression we're missing several details behind the scenes. It has me worried, to say the least. But I suppose panicking government employees won't instill much confidence in the average citizen. We need to keep ourselves composed one way or another. Library next. And then I'm probably going to jump to Station Street after this, because I keep forgetting that place even exists. Whoever those hooligans on the mountain are, they're nothing but a pack of fools. Power is supposed to be used responsibly. Terrorize innocent people, it's madness. It's inconceivable that anybody would attack and occupy Mainz. Could the major powers be responsible? I wouldn't be surprised if it was either one of them. Just who could be pulling the strings behind the strongest Jaeger Corps in the continent? It would be easy to jump to the conclusion that the Empire is to blame, but is that truly so? It's not surprising that the police department is in an uproar right now. I hope this terrible situation in Mainz is resolved without further bloodshed. I've heard about the terrible events unfolding in Mainz. There must be children around Abby's age over there too. I'm praying they're all freed soon. You don't look so good, Mom. Is something wrong? So yeah, let's hop over to Station Street. Okay, I prepped the party while trying to cool off a little bit. I'm worried that armed group might make their way into the city. Is there anything the CGF can do about this? How could those armed militants occupy that poor innocent village? Are the people of Mainz going to be safe up there? I can't stop worrying about it. We barely had any time to process the derailment, and now the Jaegers have taken over Mainz? We can't catch a break. Why do I get the sense that these back-to-back tragedies aren't a coincidence either? It just doesn't sit right with me. But I made business there. Never thought I'd see the day where one of Crossbell's villages was occupied by Jaegers. CGS having a rough go of dealing with them. Makes me wonder how it's all going to end. And heartbreak. So, over here in the Harbor District, otherwise I'll wind up on the wrong side. This side is kind of important because we're going to catch the courier as he comes out. Sounds like the CGF's having trouble driving that armed group out of Mainz. Maybe we really do need independence. At least then we'd have our own military. Grace told me that she and Rhines were reprimanded by the CGF for getting too close to the combat zone last night. I know she's only trying to do her job, but I wish she'd be more mindful about her safety. CGF's been having a rough go of things up the road. Makes me wonder if the Imperial Army is going to intervene at this rate. Man, Crossbell's neck deep in it now. Hey, it's a special sports section. You guys look like you've been through a lot in the last 24 hours. Wait, isn't Randy... No, where is he? Don't tell me he... Well? Sorry, Grace. We'll fill you in on the details some other time. Let's go, everyone. Hey, wait, Lloyd. Listen, I'm not looking to pry into things here, but how about I give you a few words of advice? Excuse me? What do you mean by that? Let me start by admitting that I know a thing or two about Randy's background. Not to insult the guy, but I can't deny that I was a little suspicious of him before. But after everything I've seen him do as part of the Triple S, you can be sure I've got my trust in him. Grace? Based on your reactions, I can piece together what happened. He's on his way to Mainz alone, isn't he? He's trying to fix this whole mess himself. You can tell? She isn't a reporter of the Crossbell Times for nothing. Damn, Skippy, I nailed it, didn't I? That means the rest of you are on your way to drag him back. Maybe this is a dumb question, but you guys are dead set on this, huh? Dun's gonna talk you out of it? Of course not. Randy's our friend. That's right, we won't abandon him. I hear you. In that case, you don't really need my advice. So leaves only one thing left for me to say. So I'm a little tempted to shout that, but I don't want to disturb the neighbors. Go kick some butt out there, Triple S. And when you get back here with Randy, let me get an interview so I can write all about it. We will. Thanks, Grace. I hear the Red Constellation is especially dangerous, but be careful making your way to the mains, Triple S. You guys better watch your hides out there. The last thing I want to do is lose my favorite police squad. Who would I write my articles about then? I don't think I ever mentioned it in detail, but you may have known by noticing the interactions I do. I have my responses and stuff. The Jaegers in the game just annoy the hell out of me, and I mean all of them. You have the dudes from Sky that end up joining Ouroboros. I don't even remember what they were. You have both Red Constellation and Zephyr. I don't really like either of them. Maybe someday we'll be allowed to finish them off, that's all I should say. Is it true? Does the Empire really have something to do with mains being occupied? Whatever the case, we need to keep our heads on a swivel. Ironically, Hayway hasn't really annoyed me as much as the others, though. Even though they're technically a syndicate, they're more like Rivage than either of those two. Sounds as though Mains is in a terrible predicament right now. It's only a matter of time before this starts to impact market prices. That armed group occupying Mains hasn't made any concrete demands yet from what I hear. There's been a lot of speculation within the security department about what they want. It's only natural we'd be on edge too. I just feel terrible for all the citizens in Mains who are struggling through this crisis. Some are concerned about how the ABC will be affected, but stock prices should be the least of our worries now. My prayers are with the people of the mining village first and foremost. So I'm not going to get anything out because I had to rearrange Ellie's Orbman because I didn't have the final slot. I'll try to show what I did later. They say a dangerous group has attacked Maine's mining village. I'm not sure if even our security department can handle them. They say customer service begins with a smile, but it's hard to keep one up in these circumstances. Okay, we still can't go. That armed group on the mountain path has enough firepower to overwhelm even the CGF. Here they're actually Red Constellation, one of the most feared Jaeger Corps around. Just how's Maine's gonna get out of this? It'd be kinda nice if Hayway actually kept all the Jaegers out of Calvert, but we'll see. Where's the girl that's walking around usually? There she is. Apparently CGF hasn't been able to gain any ground against fighting that fighting against that armed group. But I hear that if we go independent, we'll expand our military to the point where we can handle situations like this with ease. So with that in mind, Crossbell should become independent, right? Well, it's not going to cause a population spike or a surge of skilled soldiers, so it won't be overnight. Just need to make that clear. Grandpa shouldn't get so worked up. It's bad for his health. This is just pitiful. What do those brutes hope to accomplish by tormenting the good people of Mainz? I think seeing him remind me of the fishing stuff. There's one fish left that I have to catch, I think, and I can just wrap up the entire quest. Provided I had enough bait. Something really bad must have happened from the way Serena's acting. I wish Azzy would come home. Word about the occupation is getting around. It's horrifying to hear about. I'm scheduled to work today, but maybe I should take the day off just to be safe. We've had a series of disasters ever since those terrorists attacked the conference, and now Mainz has been occupied. I know the CGF are doing everything they can to respond, but that hasn't done much to calm my nerves. ADOs forbid your work takes you near the area, but if it does, promise you'll be careful. Well, the situation isn't going to solve itself, just saying. The very thought of bloodshed is enough to make you feel faint. How I wish for this tragedy to be resolved without any more loss. This armed conflict in the mountains is a serious issue. Just what could those marauders be after? I was told not to wander too far from home today, so instead I'm going to stay inside and play with Marie. You tell Marie. A village under siege within Crossbell's borders. It's unheard of in modern times. I can only pray to Adios that all this comes to a quick and peaceful resolution. But yeah, we're almost at the end of the road, folks. Ah, there she is. Next year I get to go to Sunday school. That's why even if I miss Roy, I'm gonna get used to being on my own and cheer him on. Well, look who's here. Hey, Triple S, thanks for yesterday. Are you two already back to work? Yes, we are, due in no small part to all of you, of course. I'll be sure to give you lots of pats on the head as a reward later, my dear Tio. I politely decline. If you have the energy to fawn over me, then you must be feeling better. Yeah, but we can't push ourselves too hard yet. Just realized, where'd that redhead of yours go? This is usual cue to come in and not so subtly hit on Aeolia. Looks like something happened between you guys. You want to talk about it? Actually, yeah. Explain that Randy disappeared. That's just dandy. I had a hunch something like this might happen after we found out about the Red Constellation. After we found out the Red Constellation is the one behind the occupation domains. How does the Bracer Guild plan to proceed? CGF's trying its best to push them back, so we'll wait and see. If the situation drags on any longer, we might have no choice but to intervene, right, Michelle? Right. Might need to bring in some bracers A rank or higher from nearby countries to help. You'd go that far? Well, only in a worst-case scenario. Arios is in the middle of discussing things with the mayor right now. If it looks like the CGF won't be able to hold out, then... Well, the guild's creed is to prioritize civilian safety, so of course you'll have to intervene. Right, but all that aside, I'm worried about that rowdy redhead of yours. Everything's up in the air from here on out, so you better watch your keysters, you hear me? Yeah, we will. If the situation goes on much longer, we'll have no choice but to take action. Erebony and Calvert have ridiculed the CGF plenty of times before, though, so it'd only give them more justification. I'd prefer us to be the last resort. When civilian lives are on the line, we can't just sit back and watch forever. It's odd for a year Corps to take hostages. But even if they haven't been physically harmed, Maine's villagers are still being put through untold psychological trauma. We'll have to consider everyone's mental well-being if the situation drags on. With that in mind, I feel it would be best to intervene as soon as possible. We're going to stay on standby at the guild while we survey the situation. Things are getting worse by the hour, though, so we're going to have to step in eventually. No Ska? Nope, there they are. Ska is checking in with St. Ursula and Armorca to be safe, but from what we can tell they aren't in any danger. Even still, driving the Eagers out of the mountains will be easier said than done. They have the terrain advantage now. Who's to say what will happen to Maids' people if this continues? We're going to have no choice but to intervene. So everything's alright in Armorca then, that's great to hear. Of course, please tell the villagers to take shelter as a precaution. Let's go here. Lord Lakelord has made it clear that he loathes amateur anglers. But the way he's acting almost feels like he has some kind of personal vendetta against the Fisherman's Guild. What's the story there, I wonder? God is above, a bewildrous armed group is anything but beautificent. The Fisherman's Guild and my Imperial Fishing Club share no small amount of history together. Not that you have even an inkling about it. Forget everything you just heard, it was senseless drivel, nothing more. So, where are the other ones if he's over here? Because we beat 3 of them total, 2 other than him. Everything I hear about the situation in Mainz worries me more and more. The CGF is supposedly working towards a solution, but I'm beginning to fear it's not going as planned. I missed the one broad, didn't I? All I can do is pray to Adios. Please, gods, let this crisis pass without any more senseless bloodshed. This incident couldn't have come at a worse time, with the referendum just around the corner. If we aren't careful, Erebony and Calvert could easily use this as even more reason to scrutinize us. I only pray this catastrophe is addressed before they get a chance to. Oh no, it's the geezer I missed. This siege on Mainz is as dire as it gets, so we can't exactly run to Erebony or Calvert for help either now that we declared our independence. But then what will become of the mining village? Word around town is that Mainz has been taken over. A lot of the materials I get from my handicrafts come from there. I'm really worried about those guys. People are saying some armed group has taken Mainz hostage. Imagine how terrifying it must be to have those guys show up right where you live. Sure hope the CGF kicks them out on their asses and quick. This year has been one scary incident after another. I think I'm going to finish up my shopping and head home early. Poor Mainz. What's happening right there right now is terrifying. Hope the CGF can settle the issue. Those villagers don't deserve this. Everyone's heard about the Mainz crisis, but I'm surprised we haven't heard about it some kind of ransom or something. Just where are those armed invaders after if it's not about the Mira? Mom finally started doing chores again. Not that we're gonna make her do them on our own. We plan on splitting the work, obviously. We're a big family, so taking turns shouldn't be too hard. How could something like this happen? I'm so anxious I can hardly stand it. And crap, now that I looked at her, I didn't feed the cat, did I? Up until now, I've been literally cutting corners while cleaning this hallway to save myself some effort. It turns out it's faster if I just start from one end and work my way to the other. A lot more goes into this than I realized. A lot more thought goes into this than I realized. This has been one incredibly dangerous year for Crossbell. Worse yet, it feels like all I can really do is watch it all happen. Is something troubling you? You have the eyes of a man at his wit's end. I know what you need. Sit down and order some food. You cannot fight on an empty stomach. That goes for all of us. Let's see. 100, 200, 300 Mira? Nice. We get better at working the register. Guess practice really does make perfect. I saw Risha going to Arkansas early this morning. I tried to say hi to her, but she seemed really bummed about something. It's best we keep quiet about this. I got into a fight with my husband, so I took my son and ran away from home. Not until yesterday he finally gave me a tearful apology. I feel a little guilty pushing him that far, to be honest. I'm tired of living with Grandma and Grandpa. I want to see Daddy already. Main's occupied. I don't know who these guys are or where they come from, but they've made one hell of a mess of things. Still, the CGF can handle this, right? I mean, they're elite guardsmen. Oh. Is Randy okay? I hope nothing bad happens to him. Don't worry about that, Kia. We'll find him before anything does. I swear, how heartless can Randy be, making poor Kia all settle like this? But he'd better be ready for the school in their lifetime when we find him. Yeah. Correct, Randy is a colossal moron. We'll drag him back here at any cost, just as you said. I second that. The department's got its hands full with this main situation, so we haven't been getting any support requests in. You guys just put your efforts in finding out where Randy ran off to. Be careful out there. I'll contact you if I learn anything. Got it. So, real quick, I'm going to pull up the table. Where did I put the table? There it is. So I think I was going to give a Queen Crab to the cat. That would give me an attack 3 quartz. Pale Salamander would be HP, Gold Salmon gives you Heaven's Eye, Crimson Eater gives you Dragon Vision, and then, like, there's not too many other good things. I'll probably give him another Queen Crab next opportunity to get another attack 3 and save Fire Sepith. Attack 3. Are you giving this to me? Thanks, Kope. We'll make sure to put it to good use. So immediately we're going to slap that on into Noel. So in case you want to know what I changed on her, I took off the sleep quartz because she should be casting spells now. I had to put cast 1 here because it's a 1-slotter, and then I put ingenuity here so she regains her EP by walking. This in turn unlocked a lot of spells for her. So we still have our healing suite here, but if you go down to the offensive stuff, am I on the right tab? There we go. We now have access to Quake, Medium Earth, Ice Hammer, Medium Ice. Sadly, Magna Blaze is single target, although Heat Wave is area. You can have Aerial and Sparkdyne. So this is just heavy hitting. They don't really tell you, but it has a lot of power to it. And then this is area. We have Calamity Edge for line, and then just some mixed stuff. But the most important thing here is she has access to every single element. And we can actually just warp out from here. Must be at the hospital. This is no joking matter. I've got to hurry up and hide. But where am I even supposed to go? Yeah, you can't hide out St. Ursula now, can you? So I'm wondering if this is Armand's father. Gable had a visitor yesterday evening. It was quite a rare occurrence. That said, the man's looked a little off-kilter ever since. He even said that someone was coming to get him. It's not hard to worry about hearing. It's hard not to worry after hearing that sort of thing. Yep, the only guy doesn't know he's in the middle of a redemption arc. So nothing for Risha. She doesn't have a tattered costume lying out in the open or anything. Risha looked really sad this morning. Did something bad happen to her? Somebody just told me about the horrible crisis in Mainz right now. The CGF is still fine last I heard. Hopefully all of it comes to an end soon. Take me to where dreams are nice and happy. Van, take me with you. It'd be heartbreaking if that was the father. The adults can't seem to shut up today. Same goes for my old man, but then again he's like that every day. Some place called Mainz is in a lot of trouble right now. Is it really that big a deal, though? I heard something terrible is happening over in Mainz. Just the thought of innocent people getting hurt breaks his old heart. Cue the music, folks. Man, all that yapping outside is really starting to piss me off. Feels like the whole city's talking about that shit going down in Mainz. Hold up, you guys don't think Vol got caught up in it, do you? Sounds like a kind of a stretch. Whatever, let's just get off our asses and scrounge up some more intel. Got it. Now, where the hell did I put my hammer and nails? Gotta get my fighting bat ready just in case. It's a triple S. Let me guess, you guys haven't dug up any more than we have, huh? Listen, good punks. Next time you see Vol, you better come running to us about it. Those guys tearing at Maine sound legit. I bet they even knock us flat on our asses. We still can't find any trace of Vald. Yeah, things are really getting worse in Crossbell. Hope he's holding up okay. Gnosis again. Ravage is all in jail. Where could Vald even get his hands on that stuff? Vald, what the hell are you up to right now? Whoa, 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 I'm fed up as hell. So what if there's an attack on Mainz? Who cares when we haven't seen Vald in days? And now think about how different they are when years pass and they reunite at Long Lao. They are nowhere near as dependent on him. The cracks in the road are all caked in mud thanks to yesterday's rain. There's a whole lot of trash stuck in them too, but lucky for me I've got just the thing for that. Nope, we're looking for this one.
Oh, お前ら。ランディのやつ、一体どうしやがったんだ。なんか尋常じゃねえもんの整備を頼まれたんだが。
やっぱりそうですか。
今朝のことですよね。
ああ、5時くらいにいきなり店を訪ねてきてな。ちょうど徹夜明けだったから勢いで引き受けちまったが。
それで尋常じゃないものとはやっぱり重火器の類でしょうか。
ああ、と言ってもバラしたユニットだけだがな。しばらく使ってなかった機関部や排気ユニットやらを一通り整備してやったが。
In case you remember about the exhaust unit, it kind of looks like there's a chainsaw part on it, just so you know.
ありゃ組み立てたらとんでもねえ化け物になると思うぜ。
察するにランディが使ってた特注の動力ライフルあたりかな。
ああ、間違いないだろう。
ギヨームさん、情報ありがとうございました。
ああ、いいってことよ。事情は知らんが随分と思い詰めた顔をしてやがった。仲間のお前たちができる限り力になってやんな。
はい、
了解です。
Could tell Randy had something heavy on the brain when he stopped by earlier. Couldn't even begin to guess why, but at times like these are when he needs friends like you for support. Yep, I'm still poor. Welcome back, Wazy. It would appear things are taking a turn for the worse. Yeah, listen to this. Vise and I saw that red-haired guy from your team in the neighborhood this morning. I don't know how to describe the look on his face, but he seemed pretty torn up about something. We spotted him near the exchange shop, but he took off almost immediately. Is he alright? Did something happen? Yeah, it's a long story. You guys don't need to worry about it. This is our problem to deal with. Very well. However, know that we're only a call away should you require assistance. Thanks. Just you wait, Randy. You're not going to leave us behind that easily. By the way, Apis, have you gotten any wind of any information about Vald? Unfortunately not. We have yet to come across any promising leads as to his whereabouts. He's likely making his moves in the shadows. Signs of him have been few and far between. Uncovering how he managed to obtain that drug will be more difficult than we anticipated. I see. Nevertheless, we plan to continue our investigation for as long as is necessary. Keep your enigma at hand. Should we learn of anything new, you'll be the first to know. Got it, thanks. When I saw that red-haired guy earlier, he had something huge slung over his shoulder. Must have weighed a ton, but sure as hell wasn't slowing him down at all. That redheaded guy had this mega intense expression on his face. Looking back, it was kind of terrifying. I could practically feel my blood curdle. We will continue our investigation on Vault as long as necessary. Keep your enigma at hand. Should we learn anything new, you'll be the first to know. People are saying the situation remains actually a conspiracy hatched by Erebonia. You give them the perfect excuse to station their troops on Crossbell. If that really is the case, then there's no way we can just let them get away with it. The group that attacked Maine's put up one hell of a fight. Last we heard the CGF's having a hard time dealing with them. Just wish all this would end. Damn, I'm beat. We had a rush order come in last night, so I had to stay up and help Mama rummage through the storeroom. It's nothing new around here, though. Mama gets those kinds of orders all the time. I wonder if it was someone else, someone she's close with or something. And we're about to find out. This is the last person to talk to before we talk to everyone we have access to. Although now that I think about it, we might be able to access the church.
おや、さすがというか、早速たどり着いたかい？
ということはやはりランディはこちらに。
ああ、昨日の夜に連絡があって朝早くブツを受け取っていったよ。あんたらが訪ねてきたら白を切ってほしいと頼まれたが
確かに。
それで結局ランディは何を注文したんですか？やはり動力式のライフルとか。
いや、そんな真っ当な代物じゃなかったね。炸裂弾やら鉄鋼弾、グレネード弾なんかはもちろん、火薬を使った旧式の弾薬まで。店にあった在庫を洗いざらい買い占めていったよ。それと闇に流れていた無登録のエニグマ2だね。
なるほど、さすがに用意周到だな。
ええ、無登録のエニグマではこちらも番号が分かりませんし。でも重火器の本体は購入していかなかったんですか？
ああ、うちもそれなりに強力な動力式火薬式のライフルを扱っているつもりだったが、赤い星座の次期団長にはお気に召さなかったようだね。
アシュリーさん、
ご存知だったんですか？
当たり前だろ。どうやら古巣に一泡吹かせるつもりみたいだが、オーガロッソとブラッディ・シャーリーといえば正真正銘の化け物どもだ。半端な元傭兵ごときじゃ間違いなく返り討ちだろうね。
させません。
そうさせないために俺たちがいるつもりです。
さっきからずっとこの調子でね。挑発しても無駄みたいだよ。
やれやれ、そうみたいだね。まあ、あの若造がくたばろうが私の知ったこっちゃないが、お得意様が減ってもつまらない。せいぜい助けてやるんだね。
はい、情報ありがとうございました。
I'd start gritting my loins if you guys are planning on tangling with those Jaegers. Shouldn't have to tell you what'll happen if you start thinking twice halfway through the fight.
昨夜から今朝にかけてのランディの動きが見えてきたわね。
ああ、軽く整理してみよう。
Okay, so if you remember, he went to Barca Casino to pick up his gun. Then he went to Guillaume in order to have it serviced. And then he went to Nine Valley to arm himself further.
間違いない。この順番だ。
I kind of spoiled this by going through it in the correct order. Just gave you the exact timeline, but oh well.
おそらく最初にドレイクオーナーに預けていたそのトランクに入っていたのはランディの傭兵時代の獲物。多分かなりの攻撃力を誇る動力ライフルじゃないかと思う。
And this assumption is actually wrong because he just bought gunpowder ammo.
普通そうしたライフルは分解した状態で持ち運ぶはずです。2年ほど使っていなかったため、ランディさんは分解されたユニットを修理工房で整備してもらった。
間違いないと思う。武装の整備は 戦場での生死を左右するものだから、ランディ先輩なら絶対に綿密にチェックしたはずです。
最後に交換屋によっていろいろと仕入れたみたいだけど、火薬の弾丸も仕入れたってことはかなり特殊なライフルなのかな。
ラインホルト社の中には動力式と火薬式を切り替えられるラインナップもあるそうだけど、いずれにしても相当特殊で強化されたライフルでしょうね。
ああ、赤い星座の両兵たちも見たことのない巨大なライフルを使っていたからな。よし、これでだいたいランディの状況はつかめたけど。
最後にランディさんが交換屋を訪れたのが今朝の6時過ぎ。現在10時くらいですから4時間近くも経っていますね。
今から先輩の足に追いつくのはかなり難しそうですけど。
いや、ランディだっていくらタフでも限度があるはずだ。赤い星座に仕掛けるならさすがに仮眠くらいは取るだろう。
その上で地形の利を生かして一気に仕掛けて蹴りをつける。まあ玉砕覚悟で特攻するつもりじゃなければそのあたりが妥当だろうね。
いずれにしてももうそんなに余裕がないわ。
ああ、こうなったらダメ元でマインツ方面に行くしか。まさか
ランディさんから？
はい、特務支援課ロイド・バニングスです。
やあ、ロイドさん。どうやら別の誰かと勘違いさせてしまったようですね。
その声はどうしてこの番号が？
言ったでしょう、ロイドさんたちのファンだと。タイムズ百貨店、お暇でしたらぜひ屋上までいらしてください。
ロイドさん、今の通信は一体誰だったの？
ヘイユへのツァオだ。中央広場のデパートの屋上で待っているらしい。
こんな時に一体何のつもりだい？
わからない。ただあの男が意味もなく連絡してくるとも思えない。参道に出る前に夜だけ寄ってみよ
う。わかったわ。とにかく急ぎましょう。
So real quick, can I go to the... Let's see if they'll let us go to the cathedral. I've been hearing gunfire and explosions from the mountain since last night. It's plain to see the fighting near Mainz has only worsened. Hamill and Tamil came here to play today, but I sent them straight on home. It's for the best. They're much safer at home given what's happening on the mountain path. I heard the CGF suffered heavy losses along the mountain path. Nothing pains me more than the thought of young lives being taken so far before their time. I can't believe something so horrid is happening to our state again. It's just like the tragic disputes of our past. Terrible, just terrible. Before we go to Rias, it's over here. I was curious if they'd reference that history is repeating itself. Nothing about Guy. The Jaegers have taken a post along the Mainz mountain path. My position in the Growlsritter, however, forbids me from intervening in any official capacity. You have to forgive me for being unable to aid you during this crisis. A shame, you are very capable in combat, Rias. Having the assistance of a member of the Growlsritter would have been reassuring, that much is true. Though on the other hand, the ones waiting for us up that path are the real monsters, no doubt. Don't feel guilty, Rias. You staying here and keep everyone safe is more than enough. Leave Mainz to us and the CGF, and we'll try to get this sorted out. I understand. Please be safe out there, everyone. Armed militants on the mountain path, the mere thought of it beggars belief. I pray the people of Mainz come out of this unharmed. I was scheduled to travel to Mainstay to stock up on Septium, then I received the news about what happened. There's only one thing for it. I need to pray for the gods to resolve this crisis. What did the citizens of Mainz ever do to deserve this? Such wanton violence. Those brutes are beyond even the goddess's mercy. As we speak, the lives of numerous men and women of the CGF are still at risk on the main Zon path. Great goddess of the sky, I beseech you, watch over your children and grant them your protection. Drive back the evils with which they contend. I was supposed to go to Mainstay to teach Kimmy and Alec. Now their lives are in danger because of this horrible incident. Can't begin to imagine how frightened they must be. Please, Adios, watch over them. Bathe all of Mainz in your protective light. What a disastrous turn of events. By the grace of Adios, please let the good people of Mainz be safe. Well, guys, that's good enough for me. We can call it a break here. And, well, when we pick up next time, we'll go show the, Red Constellation guys that sometimes divine intervention isn't needed, just a hero's. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.